Welcome to Huntington, West Virginia and Jones C. Edwards Stadium, home to the thundering herd of Marshall and one of the toughest places to play in all of college football. A Big Ten showdown is coming. Conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Marshall Thundering Herd. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Scarlet Knights will kick it off to get us underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Offense getting set for first down. He wants to throw. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes in the back end that can cover, and they can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one away.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wide out in motion. The give to the tailback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but at the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out if they don't convert. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jones. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
They'll throw it on 1st down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
After the big 1st down sack for the D, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Jones. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
Deep shot for the end zone. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag beside the quarterback, and this might be a roughing call. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Moving out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you can tell he takes advantage of it.
Looking to move it through the air. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got it in the middle, it's McDaniel. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
On third down, going up top. Quickly complete.
No first down. That's fine. We got the completion. We had a successful play, and it sets up now a fourth down situation where, yes, I'm going for it.
Fourth down and less than a yard, and of course the offense is going to stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on fourth down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
The jet sweep pass. And he's running in the open. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Going up top on first down. Looking deep down the right side. And that pass picked off. Bringing it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it. Sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Complete downfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we're tied 0-0.
He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period.
Here we go. Cut.
He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
He'll keep it himself. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Thundering Herd.
And these design QB runs, man, they really test the physicality of this defense. Knowing this quarterback's going to tote the rock, they know that there's now an extra blocker, so somebody on defense is going to have to make a superhuman effort. Get off a block and make a play. They could not get that done.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's flat. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. Might as well give it to him again. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They'll run it from the gun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. Dances away from the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Pocket starts to collapse. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. How frustrating for an offense to not only see the extra defensive back with the dime package, but still have their quarterback get hit.
Yeah, when you go down, this is a passing situation. And if you're a defensive lineman, I'm pinning my ears back. I'm not playing the slightest bit of run. I don't care if they run the football. I'm getting to the quarterback. Nice job understanding that, rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Fires to the wideout. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum to swing back to the other side of the football field.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
And they're going to try to convert on 4th down. 1 for 2 so far today. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for the
quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
One thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack. It's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw, trying to get to him. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Inside the 45. Bust through behind his pad. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Third and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Gets it out quickly. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. And no signal from the officials, but not much push from the offensive line, and I don't think he reached the end zone. That should be the final play of the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Marshall.
Second half just about ready to go, and Marshall will kick it off. And he'll just take a knee and... Start at the 25. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Gain of 1. Second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Pressure coming. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
All the numbers and stats will show you going for it on 4th down in this area of the field really puts pressure on a defense. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Yeah, and see, I have no problem being aggressive near midfield. I got no problem whatsoever. You get stuff, but I think you have to show your team, like, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to continue to try to make it, even in the second half when things are getting tight.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. That's reeled in. It's McDaniel. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. That carry puts him over 2,500 yards for his career.
And it's been really fun to watch this guy's development in college football. He's gotten bigger, stronger, and faster in every game. He just seems to get a little bit better. That's a pretty nice milestone to hit.
The nice milestone, nice consistency, nice durability. It takes you being healthy, and this guy's really done a good job throughout his career being that lead guy and putting up numbers.
Makes the catch. It's Chapman.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Wants to go up top. They're trying to get to it. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's moving out of the pocket. Unleashes to the end zone. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on 4th down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players to step up and make plays in those types of situations. That's the kind of play that could lose you this game.
Pushes forward for a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 8.
And it's just simple. Simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Leaves it with the back. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Marshall 7, Rutgers 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So 1st down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on 2nd down.
Reese, I got him right where I want him. Okay, I'm going to throw the football. Now I can get back in shotgun. Let's forget the running game stuff. We're going to play a little pitch and catch and see how good that secondary is.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. This quarterback part of their running game. Still on his feet at the 40. Can anyone catch him? He's at the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
Coming out with it, it's Jones. He took the risk, bringing it out of the end zone, and he'll go out of bounds at the 20. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a 1st down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Quickly out to the tight end. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. He will but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Quick completion to the right. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. He's looking to throw it. Feeling some heat. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. Marshall quick to the line. On second down, looking again to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Freeman. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's third and long from the 45. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Working on the right. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that first down.
On the ground, it's Turner. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, boom, and making the back.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You know, if you're going to complete these dagger throws, you've got to have great anticipation as a quarterback. You almost got to throw it before the receiver comes out of the break. You need better timing on that play.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ball game. Going for it on fourth down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. Fourth down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Calls his own number. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. It is rare to have this kind of speed at the quarterback position, and the tough thing for a defense is even if you're right, he can make you wrong.
Same thing for an offensive coordinator, just the opposite. You might dial up the wrong play, but because of his speed, natural athletic ability, he can bail you out and go find positive yards.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Right back to the well. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. All knotted up and just a little bit of time left in regulation. He'll take it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Splits the uprights right down the middle. Big celebration, and understandably so, guys, but there is still time on the clock. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
Set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out. It's Jones. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. And they only need a field goal, and they have to manage the time wisely here.
Yeah, I think you want to manage the clock, Reese. Be smart with your timeout situation. Know where to attack.
Open runway ahead. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the 4th quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, that one fell incomplete, but they know they're only one big completion away here from getting that field goal they need so bad. They have time to get a 1st down, clock it, or use the sideline to stop the clock and put them in position to win this game.
Coming after it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, they're down a possession, and they're on their own side of the 50, so they need a big one right here. They've just thrown 3 straight incompletions, but it just takes one. It just takes one big play down the field to all of a sudden get that momentum and that juice flowing again to give yourselves a chance to win.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. Touchdown, Marshall! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
What a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, hitting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. They might want to consider driving this one through on the ground, get him to touch it, and get that clock running. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He wants a big play here late. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is over, and this will be a game of what might have been. It's one thing to execute early in the game,